Welcome to B.A.Showoff, the Dance Lifestyle Podcast. I'm Becky.
And I'm Alexandra. And whether you're a dance coach, dance parent, or a dancer yourself, this is the show for you.
So we're here with two amazing dancers from the University of Central Florida dance team. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
I'm Morgan.
I'm Ilyssa.
What grade are you guys in college?
I'm a rising junior this year.
I'm a rising senior.
So tell us a little bit about your experience on the team, what it's been like these past couple of years and what you guys had to do to get to where you are.
I would say starting off, I didn't really know what to expect with being on a dance team. This is something I didn't even think about doing, but Coach Joyce lured me in and everything. And it was a little intimidating, entering a world I've never been in, because I just grew up studio my whole life and going to showstoppers and stuff like that. So when I first came in, I was a little intimidated, but I latched onto it so much, and I fell in love with game day so fast, and I'm so excited for my senior year.
Amazing. And how about you?
So we actually grew up dancing together, and I was so latched onto studio. Going into college, I didn't know how I was going to feel about the whole experience, but as soon as I started my first year, it completely changed my life. Everything about college just been the best experience. And dance team, I also feel when you join and you have a coach that you absolutely love. Coach Joyce has been the best coach. She's like she said before, she's Mama J. She's my second mom. She really is the best coach, and she makes the experience from studio to college completely smooth. And I also really enjoyed game day, basketball, football. It's nothing I've ever experienced before. In college also, I thought I was going to miss dancing on a stage for competition, but once you get to UDA and you see all those people from all over the country are here, it's just absolutely you can't even express how great it is. And I just have loved college so much.
So neither one of you were on a high school dance team. So how did you guys feel about having to learn how to do palm? Because I think that's one of the scariest things for most dancers, that they don't do palm, and then it's when they try out for these dance teams, palm is such a big part of it, and then they're okay, well, I can't do that. So how did you guys feel about that?
Honestly, when I first joined the team, a lot of the vets were very catering to us and very understanding, explaining to the pinky how things goes. I didn't even know there was a specific way to hold palms. I had no knowledge of it, and so just throughout the team, throughout the years that I've been here, I've just learned so much through palm, and it was honestly kind of easy to grasp. Not entirely advanced people with palm, but I just mean game day stuff. It was really fun to grasp on, and the vets really helped me out throughout the years, and I'm excited to help the incoming rookies as well.
Yeah, it eased my mind knowing that when I came onto the team, a lot of people came from studios and not dance teams where they had to learn how to do palm, and a lot of the girls that I saw they were great at palm, so that made it easier for me to know okay, I'm going to be good when I get onto the team. They were all so helpful, and yeah, she said all the palm techniques, we did have to learn everything, and then learning all the sidelines, but it's a great experience, so I really enjoy doing sidelines now and palms.
And what was your recruitment experience like?
Well, I know me and her have slightly different recruitment experiences. I actually grew up with Coach Joyce at my studio teaching since I was 9, so I kind of got into the idea of dancing on a team through her, by just her showing me it and everything. So I started going to the recruitment camps that were presented at UCF. I didn't even know other schools had them. I just didn't know anything really, and so I just showed up to the recruitment camps. And for me, honestly, growing up, I didn't go to many outside master classes or conventions as much as I wanted to. It's just we couldn't afford it and everything. And with studio, it's you very committed and you always show up every time. But I just loved it because I just also don't take classes, so it was so much fun, and I fell in love with the experience. And I also fell in love with the team that I met, and it was a really cool experience because it was all new. And so I just fell in love with the school then, and then when it became a little bit more serious, because honestly I didn't really look into the team stuff or dancing and everything until my senior year, so it was kind of really fast paced, but I just went to every single recruitment camp, and I fell in love with the campus when I came and toured it, and I was just I need to go here. And so I auditioned, and thank goodness the coaches knew me from me showing up and showing my face and growing as I was taking these classes. And I auditioned, and that was it. Everything was in person at the time when I auditioned. So it was like rounds and people getting cut right in front of you. And so it was like really intimidating, but it was super fun. So.
And what was your process like?
So I only danced at my studio for 5 years, and every summer Coach Joyce would come and teach a class. So that's how I met her, and after I fell in love with her, once it got towards my senior year, I didn't know much about like college or dance team. Like I wasn't sure if that's something I wanted to do, but I figured I would look into it, and I started looking into schools, and she introduced me to UCF, and I knew that she was taking over the program, so I was very interested in UCF. And once I started taking classes and like going to all the recruitment clinics and meeting the team was absolutely amazing. Like their energy is so vibrant, especially I have to mention Juicy. Like she was her energy is so vibrant. Like she really is a big reason of why I joined the team. Like she was just so welcoming, and the whole team was welcoming. And after going through so many recruitment camps, it was about August, I think, when Coach Joyce, it was the end of the recruitment camp, and she came up to me and she officially signed me, and it really was a core memory because I just remember all the girls came up and hugged me, and I even started crying. Like it's such a big core memory, and that was how my recruitment process
No, that's
went.
special.
Yeah.
Did you either one of you look into any other schools, or was it just UCF that you were looking at?
I looked at FSU and LSU, but I was mostly going to UCF clinics.
Honestly, I didn't really know much about it. I dipped my toe into some things, but I didn't really show my face to any other dance team really. I was really hooked from the beginning for UCF, and I just wanted to go there.
It was the one for you.
Yeah.
So you were signed. So you were a recruit throughout the process?
Mm-hmm. I was actually the first recruit in the program's history, which is actually so amazing to know, and I'm glad I paved the way for many people to come.
Wow, that's amazing.
That is very cool. They should put a picture of you there in the
First
gym.
one. So, as a dancer and being on the dance team in college, what is your college experience like? Because I know that a lot of dancers sometimes worry about, is my college experience going to be different if I'm on a dance team versus if I'm just a regular non-athlete? So, how do you feel your college experience has been?
I feel like compared to not people not on the dance team, I feel like we have a very exemplified experience. Like being on football on the sidelines, so unexplainable. Compared to being in the student section, we're seeing it straight, right there, right in front of us. And same with basketball and all that stuff. And we get a lot of privileges being considered athletes at UCF, which is such a privilege, and we're so grateful for it. And we get a lot of benefits, so we get a lot of assistance as well. So I feel like going into it, it's very intimidating because you don't know what you're entering when you first come to college. It's a whole new environment, sometimes a whole new place for home and everything. So finding friends is really easy because you have a lot of people around you all the time, and also adjusting to classes is a lot more easier because UCF provides so many benefits for their student athletes. So that's what I would say.
So do you think somebody who is considering going to the dance team and they're like, oh, but if I'm part of the dance team, I'm not going to have as much fun because I'm going to have to be, 2 hours or 3 hours before the game. And then after the game, I'm stuck doing this, so I can't be with my friends and stuff. Do you think that that's something that is valid? Or do you feel like you don't miss out on anything being part of the dance team?
I feel like being on the dance team, you make sacrifices, but they're so worth it. And it's so fun, being on the field and practicing and everything like that. Those 3 hours I never dread. I always am so excited. I remember my first game day. It was so amazing. Even though we had our report 4 hours ahead of time, it was so cool. And you see a lot of the behind the scenes, and you get very prepared. The team and the coaches and the vets prepare you very well before your first game too. We have a lot of people on our team as well that are part of sororities outside. I know we're talking about game day, but they're a part of sororities and they connect through there, and people have a lot of friends outside the dance team as well. and people are able to manage jobs and everything like that. Like, I think dance in general creates a lot of time management learning throughout it, so it just caters to that as well.
So in being on the team, do you feel like you ever miss out on anything?
Yeah, to add on to what she said, I don't ever feel like I'm missing out, because I know years down the road I will always be able to come back to games and enjoy games from the crowd, but I will never get to be a college student on a dance team ever again. Like, I'm on the field, I'm experiencing the whole game, basketball games, I'm on the court, like, I will never get to experience this again. So I do not regret enjoying my time on the team during college. And also, I feel that my bond and my relationship with the team is so close. Like, any friendship that I would have outside of this is like, I know it wouldn't compare to the friendships I've made on this team.
Yeah, and I think that being a part of like all those game days, you'll go through college and going to these tailgates, that's all fun, but you'll never get, like, not everybody gets to experience the memory of being on a field, game day, all of that. Being a student athlete is such a privilege, and being able to have all of the benefits that it gives you isn't something that everybody gets to experience. So it's great that you guys have been able to experience all of that.
Do you guys have plans for when you graduate from college? I mean, high school. When you graduate from college, to continue dancing, maybe do pro, coach, teach, or anything like that?
I'm hoping to go pro. I also have plans. I'm currently studying communication sciences and disorders, and I have plans of going into audiology, but I also know that with my career, like, I will be able to work the rest of my life. Like, I only have a specific amount of years that I'll be able to dance, and I think that that is something I want to follow through with. So hopefully NFL or NBA is what I'm going to do after college.
Do you have a specific team?
Probably Miami Heat, or even for NFL Raiderettes, possibly.
Oh, we want you here in Miami, so
Yeah.
put in a good word. And what about you?
Honestly, I thought I had my future figured out when I was graduating high school, and then I ended up here at UCF, and it was unimaginably so much fun here, and I didn't even think I'd be here at a college and everything like that. So taking on architecture as well, a very demanding major, and in lots of schools. So I don't really know what's in my future, to be honest. I do want to continue dancing if I'm physically able to, but if it's God's will, He'll guide me the right way. So we'll find out, I guess.
Yeah.
And if you could offer any piece of advice to anybody who is thinking about going onto a college dance team or dancing in college, wants to go pro, what piece of advice would you give them?
I would say show your face as early as you can. It is really good to show school that you're interested and show your growth. We had a teammate that I probably saw for my 3 years, and she's on the team now. So it's like she really showed her growth every time she showed up and everything like that, and I think that's really great, and like gives you lots of benefits as well. And I also think like taking the initiative of also just staying yourself and being yourself and showing your uniqueness with the dancing, and also like embracing the growth that you'll take within those years, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think just be yourself and show your personality and show your face as early as you can, so you get that chance and the options that you would want. So
I would say to be authentic, and to never stop working in your time leading up to your tryouts. Like, whenever you have off time or whenever you're able to work, like, usually teams have many videos, they post their skills, like, look up what they require to be on the team and make sure that you have everything for that team. And then after that, like, just be authentic when you get there. Talk to the teammates, talk to the coaches, make friends. Like, you never know who you're talking to. Like, they could be your teammate in the future. I know my friend Anya, I was talking to her, and she ended up being my teammate, and we both ended up getting recruited, which is absolutely crazy. And then soon we'll be living together. So build relationships, talk to as many people as you can, and never stop working in off time.
That's great advice. Speaking of roommates, so that was my next question. When you make it on the team, so you're an incoming freshman, you make it on the team, do you get to room with somebody else that's on dance team? Is that like something that's required, or it doesn't matter who you room with?
When you join the team, we also get that benefit of being a student athlete. Our spirit leader is amazing and very organized, and she offers the opportunity to dorm with 2 dancers and 2 cheerleaders. That's usually how it goes. And it's in the athletic dorms of Towers, which is like one of the nicer ones. It's really nice. And I remember my freshman year, I took on that advantage, and a lot of freshmen do, because it just like immediate know what you're doing, and you're able to know where you're living, and it just takes kind of the responsibility off your back and stuff. But I remember that being such a great convenience. Like, I was able to walk over to 6 a.m. workouts at like 5:55, and like, I was going to sleep in my workout outfits. And also, like, a lot of the freshmen like roomed as well in the tower, so we were able to like walk to games together, because it was like maybe like 10 minutes away and stuff like that. So it was a really good convenience and benefit too.
Yeah, that I don't think that some people think that far ahead. They don't realize the advantage of something like that, that they get to have a roommate that does the same things that they do, and that, you know, you have like that buddy. Okay, we got to wake up early, or we have practice, and you have somebody to go with. It's time to go eat lunch. We get to go together. So people don't appreciate what an important part that is of your college experience, at least your freshman year. You know, after that, it's different, but definitely your freshman year, that everybody's new and you're like, you know, not sure what's going to be going on. So I think that that's super cool.
Yeah, and even things like, I know that we talked in a previous episode with Joyce about how you guys have like a set study period, basically, or study hours. You know, I feel like that provides you a lot of structure, especially as an incoming freshman, that sometimes, you know, a lot of kids haven't been on their own ever before. So did you feel that helped you? Did that feel that helped you prepare for like what the rest of your college experience was going to be like?
Yes, we got mentors, and they are all very smart, intelligent, and they are very organized, and they help us keep up with our work. The study hours definitely helped me to sit down and really get all my work done. And you have other people in the room with you, like other teammates, and we all hold each other accountable to do our schoolwork, because we know that schoolwork is crucial and grades are crucial to stay on the team. So doing that all together, it was actually really fun too. Like, we had fun, we talked, but we also got our work done. And then after that, after freshman year, I'm pretty sure it was only fall that we did the study hours, and then into the spring we kind of just started to adjust ourselves. And then moving on, I felt like I was a lot more organized, and I can get my schoolwork done like on my own.
Okay, so they help prepare you. So do you think that now that you had, or let's say it was at the end of your freshman year, you think that now you're like, okay, I still need that one set hour, or I am organized enough, or it's taught me enough that I could time manage myself? I don't need, you know, somebody holding my hand.
I actually have been able to sit down and like put all of my schoolwork out on like a calendar. We also have a calendar online, but when you put it out, like mentally write it down and see it for yourself in front of your eyes, that helps you to stay organized. And that's something that I did, and I started to do that my spring semester of freshman year. And then moving on, I proceeded to do that, and it's helped me to stay organized.
Yeah, because you kind of learn what works for you and what doesn't. And, you know, people will tell you, or you'll have like that guidance, and then you're like, okay, that worked, or that didn't really help me. And so I think that, you know, little study period and those little time management skills that, you know, we don't all get, I think it's a great thing that you get on dance team. Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about nationals. So how was your first experience when you first went to nationals with UCF?
Let me think. My first UDA experience was so fun, nerve-wracking, and just mind-blowing, honestly. I was not expecting a crowd that big for a dance competition. I'm used to just like small studios showing up to a little competition and stuff like that, but it was just amazing. And I remember like the vets that were on the team, and they were trying to, well, my year, there was a lot of like rookies on the team, because there was just like people coming in as transfers. There was people who went to UCF and suddenly auditioned randomly. Like, it was a lot of like not spastic, but like sporadic auditioning and stuff like that. So we had a lot of people of different ages, and there was not as many vets on the team. So I just remember like 4 people trying to explain to you how like UDA was, and we were just like, oh, what are you guys talking about? Like, you guys seem really intense. Like, like, it can't be that serious. And I just remember us being like, oh, whatever. And then we show up, and we're like, oh my gosh, we were just mind blown of UDA. And like, I just will never forget, and it happens every year. I just stand backstage and I'm like, this is so nerve-wracking. But you have to like keep it together because I didn't know the camera showed you backstage. So I'm literally like, oh, okay, I'm so nervous. It's my first time on stage and everything. But it's like so fun and like the best experience ever being on that stage. And honestly, I was really shocked, like being in lockdown for so long, and then those 2 minutes like literally feel like 1 second. I was like, wait, we're
you like black out.
Yeah, I was like, wait, we're already done. Like and then I was just so ready to do it the next year, and yeah, that's my experience, I guess.
What about yours?
So my first year going into nationals, I was pretty nervous because a couple weeks prior to nationals, one of our teammates got hurt, and I kind of had to fill in her spot. So I had to get tricks, lots of tricks going into nationals, but I did get them. And then when I got to nationals, I just kind of had to tell myself, like, you know what to do, like, just put it out on the floor, copy paste, as my coach always says, copy paste. And when we finally performed, like, I did it. The first time I did it, I got all my nerves out, and like I didn't mess up, like, and I was just so relieved, and I was ready for the rest of the weekend to just like perform at my best ability without being nervous. And the whole rest of the weekend, like, it was just the best experience ever. And like you said, like, there's still videos of us like holding hands on the screen, and it just reminds me like only get this experience once, and it was really just the best experience.
So you guys were part of the first third place team for UCF. What was that like? What was it like being a third place medalist?
I will say, I feel like our team is very humble, and we're very like, we're just going to do our best. Like, whatever happens, happens. And we had really, really good leadership, and everyone was stepping up. But we felt very prepared this year, and we were like, we're going to do it. Like, we got a medal. And like, I think in our heads, we were like, I hope, but like, whatever happens, happens. This year was great. We worked really hard. We know our best. We know this is the best. So I remember walking off of that stage and just being like, oh no, like, we messed up this and we messed up that, and like, Pinky was off, and we were kind of really disappointed, like, surprisingly. Like, we were like, oh, I don't think it was like really good. And like, even though we felt great, we were just nervous because we knew our cleans, and there was like little things that we didn't hit, and like not every single one of us, but like some of us, we were just like, dang, like, I hit that every time except that one time. Like, I thought I was gonna be perfect, you know? And then, like, I remember sitting on that stage, and we got so many pep talks before we went up there because we were really scared. And we were like, you know what, whatever happens, happens. I keep saying that, but it really, like, we were very proud of ourselves. And Davin was there, our choreographer, and he really encouraged us, and he was very comforting, and it's like, you guys did amazing, I'm proud of you, like, that's all that matters. And my coaches were being like, it's fine, like, we believe in you, and we got this far, like, it doesn't matter, like, whatever happens. And we got on that stage, and we were holding hands, and I've never held my breath for that long. Never held my breath. But that moment that they called forth, I did not stop crying since. Like, literally the entire night I was crying. It was the best moment ever, like, hearing them call our names and just knowing that we created history for UCF. And I remember that was, like, the one thing I really loved about this team. And Coach Joyce, like, really preached to us, like, don't you want to be a part of a team that's going to create history and not have that pressure of repeating it or holding up to something? And it's just amazing to be part of a lot of firsts. And I think that's what's so amazing about UCF being so new. It's just you're able to say, like, as a word wanted. So that's what I would say.
Like, as she's speaking, like, telling all of this, I feel like I'm reliving it right now. Like, I still remember standing on the stage, like, we were all waiting, and as she said, like, we hold ourselves to such high expectations that I feel like when we came off, we were like, I did this wrong, I did that wrong, I did this wrong. But in reality, like, we gave out such a great performance. And when we were on the stage, like, they were going lower and lower and lower and lower. And when they got to fourth place, like, I will never forget that feeling. Like, they said fourth, and I was like, I just started sobbing. And I'm not a big crier either. So I just, like, that moment meant so much to me to know that all of the work we put in paid off. And we had preached all year, like, we're going to medal. We are going to medal. Like, we talked about it, and we truly believed it. Like, we manifested it. Like, we did everything we could, and then we also put in the work, and we achieved it. So it was really the
Yeah,
best
no, it was
feeling.
exciting to be there and see you guys, perform, because the performance was amazing, and to see you guys get that medal was awesome. So
We were rooting for
congratulations.
you guys from the start.
That's so sweet.
Well, so if you have advice to give to any dancer who wants to come to UCF, and they're not sure, if this is the right place for them, what would you tell them?
I think if you want a school that's not stuck in a college town, it's very open and bright and such a beautiful campus. The team is so loving. Our team is like such a family. Like, I've never been more loved on a team, and it's such healthy competition. I've grown so much since my freshman year, and I feel like I've grown every single year, and also we have an amazing coaches. The coaches bring in so many talented choreographers and teachers, and I remember when I first joined the dance team that I was scared that I was going to stay like at my level and it was just going to be like surviving, but the coaches bring in so much talent that you can learn from, and I know that I've grown a lot as a dancer, and I just can't wait for the years to come from this. And that's what I would say: family, beautiful campus, and a lot to learn on this team.
Orlando is really one of the best places to live. Like, you're close to the beach. There's so many things to do. Like, you will never get bored. And we're actually both from nearby. Like, I'm from Tampa, but moving to Orlando, something about Orlando has always, like, been so interesting to me. And now that I live here, like, I feel like I'm truly, like, living in a dream. Like, especially at UCF, and our campus is huge. Like, our gym, like, there's a gym that's huge. It's called the RWC. There's so much to do on campus, and then our team is just so energetic, so fun. Like, we always know when to be serious during practice, but we're always having such a fun time. So it's just a great environment to be in, and I love it. So if you want to come to UCF, like, you should take that chance because it's a great school.
Yeah, I might go back to college.
Yeah. If I went back to college, I would go to UCF.
What is your team motto?
Honestly, every year it changes. We're about to go into our team 5, so that's like kind of coming up. What was our team 4? Team 4 was Rise. Rise was our team motto.
Oh, and you guys did?
Yes. Rise to the occasion, rise to the expectation. Our leaders came up with a really great explanation of it, and I wish they were here to explain it. But it really did motivate us, and I think it kept us humble, and it kept us motivated, and it wasn't like, oh, we're the best. Like, it was just like, rise and be your best and do your best and grow as much as you can and work as hard as you can, and we'll do this as a team. So I think that's...
So how do you guys feel about your relationship with your choreographers?
Our choreographers are so fun. Davin, Paris, like, they kind of balance each other when you think about it. Like, Davin is such a perfectionist. He's crazy. He understands our crazy, and like, he always matches our energy. Like, he is so fun during practice. Like, whenever he leaves after choreography's over, like, I just wish he could come back because he's just the best person to be around. And Paris, like, she is just so perfect. Like, she's calm, but like, her choreography is so brilliant, and like, you can see it. And then she also just makes like the funniest comments. Like, you wouldn't see it coming from her, but like, she just makes these comments, and it's like she's so funny.
I know that Joyce brings a lot of like guest teachers and master teachers and stuff. Who's been your favorite?
Oh, that's a really good question.
I would say I really enjoyed Danny Lon's class. Like, my favorite style of dance is jazz, like just classic jazz, and he did a combo to Ariana Grande, and like, ever since, like, the choreography's always stuck with me, and I'll catch myself just randomly doing it in my room sometimes. I really loved his class.
I would say, not to be biased, but I was such a fan of Paris Cavanaugh. So I remember when she came, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she's here, because she's from Australia. Like, there's no, like, me traveling to Australia to go take her class. So it was just so mind-boggling to see her, and I was so grateful to, like, take her class. I had so much fun, and I love her style. I've fallen, like, even more in love with it, because now she's our nationals choreographer and everything like that. But I would say Paris Cavanaugh.
So we wanted to ask you guys to close this out some fun questions. So first question, what is your favorite uniform or like game day outfit?
My favorite uniform is the Space U outfit. It's a blue tank, and we only get to wear it for one game during basketball and football season, and it's my favorite game of the season. Like, everything's blue, the football uniforms are blue, and it's everything is so cool. I love it, especially when it's a night game, but the uniforms are so adorable.
I was gonna say that one, but to not copy her, I would say our new all-white uniform, the white skirt, white top, it's like a halter. I love that uniform. We wore it a lot this year. We embraced the new uniform, so I would say that one.
I love a white uniform.
Yeah.
It's just so clean
So
looking.
clean, so pretty. What's the team's go-to warm-up song?
I wouldn't say we have a go-to, but I would say that Coach Joyce has a lot of good songs that she always pops out with, and some of them can be really funny.
Are they from like the 80s? Does she bring out the 80s songs?
No, I feel like a lot of them are like jazz funk vibes or like very like Brian Freeman vibes. So I feel like I really like her remixes and stuff.
That sounds like very much Joyce.
Yes.
For sure. What is your favorite part of your makeup routine?
Mine would be the lashes. I feel like a lot of people don't like putting on lashes, but I feel like I've kind of mastered the craft. Like, I'll just put on the glue, bam, it's on in like 1 second. So, I mean, yeah, my lashes are my favorite part of my routine.
I would say my blush. I can be blush blind sometimes, but it's okay. I really, really like blush. So.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, thank you so much for being here with us today. We've had a great time with you, and we're excited to see what your season brings. You guys are very lucky. You have a great coach. We love Coach Joyce. She's amazing. So I'm sure you guys are going to have a great season, and we can't wait to see you at Nationals.
Yay, thank you so much.
And to close out our show, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of B.A.Showoff.
And if you like what you heard, make sure to follow us on Instagram. And if you have any questions or feedback for us, feel free to click on our link tree and fill out our Google form.
And thank you to our amazing UCF dancers. We're so happy that you were here with us today, and we look forward to having you guys here again. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.